people, welcome back to CGTN's live stream. I am CGTN's Xu Xingchen. I am at the city, which is called the window to the world of China's northeast. It's called Dalian. This place is building ships and fixing ships for global clients. And one thing that I want to point out is the huge balloon tanks, because this ship is not just big, it's also running on green energy, liquefied natural gas, LNG. And specialists also call this ship is VLCC, Very Large Container Carrier. And to learn more about the ship and what makes this ship so special, my colleague Yu Yang is right over there, and she's going to tell us a little bit more about the technologies and the fancy parts about this ship.
Yes, right now I'm on the deck of the world's biggest Very Large Crude Carrier, or VLCC. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to use this telephone to try to call staff on the deck. But I'll tell you the reason later. But firstly, let me introduce Mr. Li Xingxing, and he's the Chief Deputy Designer of this ship. So welcome to our show, Mr. Li.
你好。
Why we have this kind of fixed telephone on the ship?
这是因为在海上是没有我们手机信号的，所以我们必须通过我们船上的通讯设备来实现不同岗位之间人员的交流和沟通。
Gotcha. So there's no mobile signal in the sea, of course. So staff here need to communicate with each other. They need to use this kind of telephone. This telephone could be used when there's no electricity at all on the ship. It's very important when some emergency situations. Yeah, I can hear them there. Hello. Yeah, we're on the deck. We're fine. Thank you. Oh, it's really huge. Take a look at this. It's even bigger than my head. It's really a huge valve. And Mr. Li told me it's a valve to open the whole pipelines. So at this point, if I turn on these valves, the gas is going to get into the line.
这是一个人体工学的设计它可以减轻操作时的难度。
Gotcha, so easy for people to control it. So as you mentioned earlier, so LNG need to be restored in very low temperature, like minus 163 Celsius degree. So what kind of materials you're going to choose to make these storage tanks?
我们综合了很多方案，最后选择了9镍钢。这个罐体的内胆就是由9镍钢来制成的。
Gotcha. So those tanks are made of 9 nickel steel, right? So this kind of steel, China cannot produce this steel earlier, but this time all this steel was produced by Anshan Steel Factory, it's also in Liaoning province. Well, it's quite cool when we see here. And also when we try to touch these tanks, it's not very different. We also have this kind of insulating layer and to protect the temperature of the LNG. As we mentioned earlier, the LNG needs to be restored in a minus 163 Celsius. So you need this kind of insulation layer to protect the temperature of it. So here you can see we are all wearing the blue uniform. That means we come from the ocean and people working in the sea. Because white means, well, they're neutral and of course they're fair. And Mr. Wang is coming from China Classification Society. So he's controlled the quality of the ship. That is why he's wearing all white. Yeah. That's cool, pretty. So this kind of davit is used to lift heavy little things in the ship. So may I try it?
好啊，你来尝试一下。
Okay. So when I put it forward, that means it's going to be lifted, right? Okay, let me try it. So this ship used 14 months to build together, to be assembled together, and officially we can see today. Actually, it's going to kick its journey by the end of this year, but it only took workers 14 months to build, and it's the fastest one, right? We have paid a visit here in the huge ship. It's very exciting, and I have also tried my first time as a job on the ship. So it's very exciting, and we hope to come to your factory next time, and we can see other VLCC here and all other ships here. Okay, thank you so much, Miss Li. And also for the audience, we'll see you next time.
See you.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.